I know I'm a content creator, I'm a streamer, I'm the e-boy, I'm the YouTuber. I have to... Come on guys to our Pro Tour watch party! I just can't, you know what I mean? I just can't do it. I'm gonna, like... we need to just, like, mute Sign in Blood. We just can't have the Sign in Blood question over Night's Whisper, like, every... Or maybe we could, like, pin... like, can I... pin a comment. Night's Whisper is much easier to cast on turn 2 than Sign in Blood. I'm just gonna pin the comment. The command is tough. The thing with commands is like y'all have to be on top of them for them to like really work. Do you see Scam winning the PT? I don't know. Maybe. It's a good deck. Wait, did it not pin? This Yawgmoth? The Bowmasters up? I think there's probably a command for the deck. Grist would be pretty bad. Could it be? I don't think it was correct. I don't think it was correct to grief here. They go Grist, I can just go Edict, Fatal Push, clear board with like 2 Stellar 4-drops in my hand. Sheoldred is so good against Yawgmoth. Very weird decision to not minus. I guess they must have a Chord of Calling in their hand. Like, I almost want to just play my own Grist here. I think I'm going to grief my opponent. Sheoldred is very good, but I really want to grief my opponent here, and I want to be able to go push Edict potentially into, like, Slam the Ring next turn. And like they're also like really telegraphing that they have this Chord of Calling. I could also go. Yeah, I think that I should be casting their Grist here, because if they get a Yawgmoth, they can just kill my Voidwalker kind of easy. Well, I guess I should have pushed first, just to get a void counter on the Bowmaster. In pretty good shape, though. Their hand is Beseiju, Wall of Roots. They're top decking. Mike is acting up. Yeah, I had the same issue with this one, just after, like, I think there's a connection issue again. Take it back out, but maybe I just need a new mic, the different model. Like, I just bought the same model twice, and I've had the same issue twice now. Could maybe have been good to kill Wall of Roots. I don't think so, though. Yeah, I think it was pretty wrong of them to not minus the Grist on the Voidwalker. And I can Grist my Grist. But their hand is just a Beseiju, and we get to draw 3 more cards, 4 more cards. You're down to 15. I guess I'm drawing 2 more. Do you want to make this trade? Like, I don't think they're not supposed to trade Insect for their army here, I think. Like, because their creature is more valuable in play because it's something to sack to Yawgmoth, so... I would think that that's a pretty clear mistake to block also. Okay, so we take 2 down to 9, draw 3. We tapped Malakir Rebirth. Make you sack a non-token creature, get in for 1. So let's reset the ring. Wait, I didn't even realize there's another Bowmaster. I'll just play the other Bowmaster for the extra damage here. Try to close this one out quickly as possible. Would Chainer's Edict be modern playable? I mean, it's like seems much worse than Sheoldred's Edict. The 7 mana flashback is like not very relevant. Better and more relevant in Coffers, though. Another Bowmasters, down to 5. We do have 2 more Sheoldreds in the deck. And more rings. I feel comfortable enough to keep drawing. Gonna also just put a Grief into play here for more pressure. I think this is lethal next turn. If not, it's really close. Okay, so on the up a game against Yawgmoth, we're gonna bring in the Needles, Murderous Cut. I think I'm bringing in the Hearse, right? Got the Sheoldred's Edict. This is definitely a matchup where losing the Shadow of Doubt hurts a little bit. Seems fine though. Yeah, just have 1 Night's Whisper over... Usually this would be Shadow of Doubt post board. Yeah, I stopped bringing in Leyline against them. Like, Leyline is just, like, not that good against Yawgmoth anymore, I think. With them being on, like, the Bowmaster ring plan. It's just, like, it's just not very good. Gris seems hard to deal with without the Edict. I mean, Edict is terrible against them. It's like the worst card in your deck by a lot. The only thing that lines up well is Grist. You could play 1, but I would rather not. Yeah, you also have Voidwalker. I also have the Shadow for Cling to Dust. Yeah, Cling is fine. First Cling could be better than like second Night's Whisper. Oh, sorry, this was actually a big mistake to play this Polluted Delta. Having Revolt up for Fatal Push is, like, really relevant. So I should play the Takenuma. Do you think it'd be interesting to restrict 1 ring in Modern to prevent people from circumventing the drawback collateral? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think it would be uninteresting even. It's like, this is literally just like a huge buff to Karn decks, and like every single deck plays exactly 1 copy of the ring. Which is bad. And like you're only considering this because it says the One Ring. This is the only reason people want to restrict it, is literally for flavor reasons. I think you should never have a ban and restricted announcement on flavor reasons. Like if it was named anything else, we would never think about it. Could be a good Path of Peril turn. Also fine to just, I think, go... Let's see. Just I don't have anything to... So I think I should Path of Peril because my Bowmaster also dies to Path of Peril. The guy should die, or should be exiled, sorry. Just kind of like we're trading the Voidwalker for the Undying half. I'm gonna main phase this, and I kind of like that maybe my opponent will play a creature minus Grist to target the Bowmaster, and I can maybe like kill that creature in response. Oh, it's probably also good against the best time for them to have Veil of Summered. Where Yogg players cutting for the ring. I mean, you can find lists everywhere, but like a lot of times there's trimming on Strangleroot Geist and Eldritch Evolution. Blue-white control with. And you should play Narset, and you should play like 2 or 3 Narsets and like 4 copies of the ring in your blue-white decks. Yeah. So, ring into Murderous Cut. Think the ring is better than Evolution and Yogg? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have super strong feelings on it. I think it's pretty close. It can just be boiled down to like your deck can cast this card on turn 3, and you know you're a combo deck that wants access to lots of cards, and the ring is also like a really broken card. So I think you could definitely just boil it down to those elements and feel pretty comfy. All right, let's draw 2. Can push a Bowmaster in response. Maybe Thoughtseizing first is correct. It also plays with Halfling pretty well. So that was like when we were building like a green-black version of the stack. We kind of just kept coming back to like it was just a worse. It was a worse Yawgmoth. Is Fury better than Solitude? I don't know. Who cares? They're both really good. And so they can court for 4. So, but we can push the Yawgmoth, and they draw 2. Yeah, the life loss is a bit more awkward in Yawgmoth for sure. Lucy, stop. Could have been good to double Field of Ruin, especially because we were maybe like strip mining them, but I was a bit worried about them drawing into a Veil of Summer, and just like me just losing to that. They can minus Grist for 6, which would put me to 1 life, which is notably not 0. Although this is going to be pretty hard to beat. I also have game 3 on the play. Sheoldred? I think we have to draw Sheoldred naturally. I don't think that drawing it off the ring is enough. Although... I guess we Voidwalker ring. This keeps me alive. I have a Orcish Bowmaster and a Stranglegeist underneath a Void counter right now. They can maybe like mill a Sheoldred for me with the Grist Plus. Yeah, Huffling does make Grist uncounterable. It's still a legendary spell. Creature or no. Why black over red, black for Fable and such? It's mostly that like your mana is less painful, and you get Grief Undying, which is really valuable. Not having to play like Inquisition. I like this version the best. The fields are also really nice. The mill Wall of Roots, not quite the Sheoldred I was hoping for. We can draw our own copy of Sheoldred right now. All right, game 3. Illusions 27, thank you. Four Halfling, 4 Goose. I feel like I kind of like the Grazer tech a lot in like the Bowmaster metagame with the ring. I'm not sure. How am I feeling with the draft portion, PT? I have a lot of prep I need to do for the draft. I'm feeling like I'll be able to get there, though. I think I like understand how to draft the format well enough. I just need to like get experience in gameplay. I think I still have plenty of time to do that. I wonder if I can draft on the plane, too. That could be something. With Talismans doing the shell, tons of 1-drops and 4-drops. Yeah, but we also have tons of 2-drops, so I probably too clumped it too. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to play like a Mind Stone over or like Talisman over the Sign and Bloods or the Night's Whisperers. How much does Grist's passive effective play it sees? I mean, a ton. Like, my opponent's like in Yawgmoth is so relevant. It's crazy how relevant it is. Would I like to see more planeswalkers, non-creatures with... I don't think I'd ever like to see another another thing with Grist's ability, no. Like, it's... The card is super unique. It's cool how unique it is, but something else having the exact same text is like... It's bad, I think. Okay, take my Voidwalker. Just, yeah, let the unique card be unique. Depends if you Scarab got a Grist. We did it one time. I think it's just a Planeswalker. With no loyalty? I can't remember. We did do it one time in Cube. Could be a little bit worried about Veil of Summer here. So imagine if they had Veil, they would use it in response to this. Well, I guess they know about the push. Maybe they wouldn't. I think we still push. Okay, not too scared of a Zulaport Cutthroat, I guess. Let's see what we draw. Wooden Puzzle, thank you for the 28 months. Hope you're doing well. I'll just send it with everything. So they Bowmaster my Bowmaster. Get in with the Cutthroat. Is there any mono black combo we could be running? I think I'll make this deck instantly. Yeah, we could play Splinter Twin, Deceiver, Exarch. Yeah, I have no idea what a combo would be here. I like their main decision to main phase sack because of Bowmasters. Although certainly worse against another Grief. Yeah, is Ring Sheoldred not good enough for you? You're getting your opponent down pretty low. I guess they get to gain. They're up to 6 after the triggers, though. This keeps them off Court of Calling top deck at least. And like it also makes like Yawgmoth like not amazing top deck. And now their hand is, I think, still mystery card, right? Or is this or do they have a second Besage? I don't think they have a second Besage in their hand. Is there hand second beside you? Because there's one in play. Most not people giving me in-game currency. No, I wish though. I did buy stuff on my own, and not that it was like required or anything. Okay, they did have another one. I don't know how I missed that. I can't crew it to Undying it either. Seems correct to get 2 creatures of the yard at least. Why did they have an extra Besiju? Like a Leyline, I guess? So I asked about the Rebirth line. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really want to hit them with the Grief here, just to make Yawgmoth as bad a top deck as possible. Obviously, I should have been paying a bit more attention. Honestly, do I even name Grist? Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I named Grist. Yawgmoth doesn't do anything. Or it doesn't do enough, rather. Opponent's on Mold 6. Pretty sure we are supposed to push on our turn, despite like maybe being able to kill this with Bowmasters. What swamps do you use, IRL? I like the Kamigawa swamps a lot. The one that doesn't look like a mountain. Yeah, imagine us being on the play. Keeping one lander. Seems exceedingly unlikely that they don't have a removal spell. But we can plan to Field of Ruin their red source, so then they just like can't bolt our Voidwalker. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and resolve this now. Bit worse against Spire Bluff Canal. Murktide. Got some outs. I think I'm gonna Grief. Counterspell double Stern Scolding. A little bit surprising. I was kind of looking for an expressive iteration there. So now we know their hand is double Scolding, and they are a little bit ahead in the race right now. So I don't think I'm holding up Counterspell. I'm just going to get in for 5. We need to draw a Ring, Sheoldred's Edict, Murderous Cut. Have them draw iteration. Cool. Perfect. Obviously they could find like a removal spell for Voidwalker. Maybe fielding the Canal in response to the iteration was good. But they just float red mana always, right? The card they exiled with iteration is Polluted Delta, so he has Scolding, mystery card. They should be playing Delta, unless I'm misreading this. Am I hoping to Voidwalker for iteration? I am planning to, yeah. I guess fielding now is kind of bad because now they have Scolding up. But I kind of want to get them off their sources. Malakir Rebirth is probably bad because we just go to 5 against the Murktide. So I'm dead if I play Sheoldred. This turn at least. Because of the Connive. So I have to have them block? But even if they block, they're just Scolding my Bowmaster. So we're dead. Unless they block the army. But they'll block the Bowmaster instead. Two Scoldings in the main deck is pretty interesting. I guess we could have Malakir Rebirth, but then we're dead to the Murktide. Maybe I could have killed the Voidwalker first. Field the red swords, hope they don't have 2 spells to connive. I know that they have Stern Scolding. So they're just going to Scolding my Bowmasters, and I'm going to die. So maybe casting my, I don't know, then they just have better info on the blocks. Yeah, I think that this was a bit better. Rebirth it. I've said all of this like a few times. But if I rebirth it, then they get to... oh, they even just, like, the Shredder just survives. But if I rebirth it, then I just die to the 5/5 Murktide. So let's just go to game 2. Yeah, I guess I could have just passed, also. Just passed the turn. But we don't have that many good top decks. But I guess I should have just passed. Yeah, I should just pass. Okay. So awkward. Did they cast Murktide on turn 2? Turn 3. Turn 3. Wait, this is 61. Oh, I meant to cut 2 Voidwalkers. Yeah, we did beat the Affinity deck. How is this not a Leyline matchup? Leyline's a pretty bad top deck. You have lots of removal for the Murktide regens. I tend to not like bringing a Leyline against them. It's really good if you draw exactly one copy and it's in your opening hand, though. I think a Leyline Torpor would be cool to stop Elemental's menace. And they'll just like put 3 Griefs into play turn 1. 3 Furies. Doesn't it just slow them down so much? Not really. Like if they have Ledger Shredder especially, it doesn't do very much. I mean, Voidwalker's pretty bad. Like, it wouldn't be crazy to bring a Leyline, but I've had better success not bringing it in. Okay, on the plane. Snap. So let's take this and then Unholy Heat, I think. Not that yeah, the burn spells are basically the same. But they're gonna burn spell this, then I can play the Bowmaster to get the Consider. I'm gonna play Grinding Breach with Ring. No, I've watched a lot of content, I've played against it a lot though, and the curve is really high and the deck is really easy to disrupt, and I haven't really liked the deck very much. Interesting they're going for the Consider instead. I think I'll just main phase my Bowmaster. What beats creativity for sure? I mean, nothing beats creativity for sure. Nothing beats anything for sure. But burn is like the best deck against it. So the hand is a lot of mystery cards. Okay, do another bolt. So Otawara, 2 mystery cards. I think I'll field now. Well, I'll field now. Leave Orc back for Ragavan. Seems okay. I want to field this turn definitely, so I get second black, and maybe we're gonna be able to cut them off red. And I don't want to like let them like tap mana on their turn, then I field and they have counterspell up. Okay, so they don't have Delirium. Let's just I think if they're gonna counter one of my 2 things, I'd rather it be the Sheoldred. So we'll just play this. Yeah, Mono Black's been pretty good. And Sheoldred Resolved when they don't have Delirium is very good also, which is like another good argument for Unholy Heat. So he has Otawara, Spell Pierce, I think. Still gonna run the ring into this Pierce. It's like almost no other card makes any sense. Major Murktide? I think they're just dead. Is this game 2? I think this is game 2. Okay, my opponent is super dead. I think Death Shadow deck without the ring would rather have Pithing Needle or Spell Pierce on the board to deal with other rings. You want both. You want both Pithing Needle and Spell Pierce as Shadow. You want to be main decking 2 or 3 Spell Pierce. You want to be sideboarding the third and or fourth copies, and you want to have at least 1 Pithing Needle that could bring in against like all Wrenn and 6 decks, Yawgmoth, and then like the first needle against all ring decks. I don't know if you want 2 needles against all ring decks or just 1, but both. You want both. No, Shadow doesn't use stub. Death Shadow, like only the card Death Shadow turns on stub. You're also playing Bowmasters and Ragavan and DRC and maybe Shredder. How is Living In good versus Creativity with it having so much main deck hate versus Cascade? It's just like Creativity is Creativity is very soft to Force of Negation decks specifically. But it's not as bad as it used to be, since Creativity players are now like main decking a ton of Spell Pierces and like Fort Fairies. Like when people were like playing the Jund versions for some reason, those versions I think were always like worse. It was like much harder to before like Creativity just kind of got like stock 5 color. Yeah, there's the Dimir Shadow deck that can play stub. Don't you just love casting an old board to Thoughtseize on turn 1? Living In just waits for 5 mana to pace your pierce. Yeah, I don't know what we're arguing about, but. Living In can beat Spell Pierce. I'm on board. Okay, happy enough with that trade. Exiles on Holy Heat. And does not have another land. We put him in the Death Grip with Hearse. You want to exile now so they can't go like land Murktide. I see Avian. Well, probably want to try to Bowmaster that instead of push. Bowmaster's the Murktide killer. Yeah, Stern Scolding would have been a big blowout. It's always so funny when like the new cards are like the reason to play new cards is also other new cards. Like Stern Scolding is like really good because of Bowmasters, and Bowmasters is like really good like partially because of Ring. So it's always kind of an interesting dynamic. Well, you could also play Spell Snare instead. But Scolding hits a lot of things. Scolding's pretty good. Well, their last iteration was not very good. It's like they designed the set. Yeah, it's like that. But also, like, Yawgmoth becoming really popular makes Scolding a lot better. Being able to Scolding a turn 1 Grief against Scam is nice. Is there a reason to prioritize exiling the instant sorceries over minimizing their card types? Yeah, Murktide is why prioritizing their instants and sorceries is like almost always correct. And like I don't currently need to play around Delirium at all. Like the Unholy Heat is just not a relevant card. Yeah, creativity. Yeah, another thing about Scolding, like before with creativity being the top deck, you're like, oh, you just can't main deck this in a creativity metagame. Although like Living End is also like a hit against it for sure. Okay, so they decide to exile Polluted Delta. And it seems like they're going to play a 4/4 Murktide. Nope. Ceremonious Rejection because of the ring? Yeah, maybe. Rejection also hits Karn. You could play a Null, which counters Leyline Binding and ring too, but yeah, let's go Grief Scams. We can also potentially Crew, although we probably want to exile the Iterations to not lose the top deck to Murktide. So if I take Heat, XL2, they can still play the Murktide. Let's just take the threats. And this also makes it where top deck Murktide's not that good. Leave this back for Ragavan, I think. Although I guess they could... No, we should attack because they just eat the token. How does Malakir work on a crewed vehicle? Does it come back? It should, yeah. It should. Draw a card now. We don't need to fetch now. Ragavan probably cited out, yeah. Ragavan just getting cited out more and more. It's like just kind of at an all-time low. What's the reasoning for running 6 Field of Rune effects and being able to run your opponent out of basics? Sometimes there's also like Urza Saga and Tron decks and some decks like Creativity that really cheat on the number of basics. But yeah, Tron is like popular and like part of the meta game. Like it's very hard to beat it without the fields. Here I also get to I guess they should have 3 basics. So we can wait. They have no cards in their hand. I'm probably not going to castle this turn. Yeah, good against Titan too. Being able to like response to the amulet trigger with a field is usually pretty good. Yeah, Hearse is getting up there. Okay, long match. On the draw, this hand's not very good, but I think we're going to keep. Leyline really good against turn 1 scam. Sure. Burning Catacomb or Temple Garden. It's probably Sam combo. If we went 4-1, 0-1 drop, change a card. Now we're 3-1. What made you want to play this deck on stream so much when avoiding repeat decks, retaining it for PT? Mostly that nobody believes in this deck is the main thing. is that like I just really feel like people don't believe in mono black. They just think it's nonsense. Despite like I think metagame position and like a good run record. Which is fine. I want the doubters to continue to not believe in it for now. Decklist looks so medium. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why it is that the decklist looks medium, and I think it's literally just because basic swamp is in the deck. Okay, Edict is pretty bad against Sam combo here, huh? But it feels like literally just because we have basic swamp. Let's pass. Maybe we get to block the Sam with Bowmasters. Let's play a deck that's only the worst color model. Yeah, but black has gotten so much better. Like we literally have like 11 no, we have like 14 like new cards in the deck. So much. But I really think that it's like almost impossible to like look at any card that's in the deck list and be like, I am critical of like this card being underpowered. Like Edict has been great. Night's Whisper I think is like Night's Whisper is the worst card, but it's like really good. You know. I don't know. I think it's hard to like really be too. Like upset with the card quality besides like literally basic swamp. Make trim a Sheoldred. No, we lost to combo. Kept kind of a slow hand on the draw. I would have also like mulliganed. Like I will say this, like I would have mulliganed that hand if I knew like what the matchup was. I feel like there's a really good chance this is like just a great deck and open deck list too. To me, it looks medium because we don't have a great way to catch up after falling behind. What are you talking about? We're a one-ring deck. We're a one-ring deck. We're great at catching up from after falling behind. we're a one-ring Sheoldred deck. Yeah, we considered Necromancer. Decided not to play it. I think Leyline and Voidwalker much better than hers. Hers is kind of hard to snag the cat. Keep this. Could see taking like literally any of these cards. I think I'll take the Skyclave. I imagine that the Voidwalker is tough enough for them. I would just take that. Do you take notes on reasons for losing? Compare notes a little bit. Like it's you don't want to like just. It's really easy to like a deck and then make excuses for it nonstop. You have to be like really critical of your own deck. Makes it good to be mono black. Yeah, the draws to mono black are like a Grief Malakir Rebirth, which is huge. Like you just can't play it in like a Rakdos build, and in Sheoldred Ring is something you can't play in Scam, or you have a hard time playing in Scam rather. But I literally think that like people look at the deck list, and I actually think it's just the basic swamps that make the deck look bad. But it's I don't know. Maybe it's the mana curve is a little wonky too, but it's not so bad either. We do really need to draw like a spell that we can cast this turn. Splashing for just Fable and Terminate would be doable. Yeah, so like if you splash for just Fable Terminate, your mana base is more painful, which is bad in your ring deck, and I'm not even sure Terminate is better than Sheoldred's Edict. Fable would be like really good over Night's Whisper, but it also makes sure like mono black. I don't know. It makes things a little bit awkward. Get a Gilded Goose, kind of surprising. Awkward to draw so many lands, but. Yeah, we tried to build the green version, but it's just like a worse Yawgmoth deck. If you're gonna play a halfling, One Ring Sheoldred Grist deck, you should just also have Yawgmoth in your deck. So they still have Razorverge Thickets. Hold on, sorry, I'll just grief them. I know they have Thicket Bowmasters. Pings me. The Grief blocks reasonably well. They're also flooded. Wait. Oh, they played the Thicket. Sorry, I thought this was a different art. Okay. So we'll get in for the Voidwalker. Don't like that my Thoughtseize is pretty dead. I do like that they just like like Voidwalker stopping their combo. I guess this turn they trade Grief for Ranger Captain, maybe. I might just take 3 also. If I play tested One Ring Yawg, yeah, not on stream though. In general, when testing, leagues are mostly noise and shouldn't weigh too heavily, positive, negative. Yeah, of course. But I mean, over a large sample size, leagues are, I think, pretty still like they're data. Tank, Cast Coco. So get a food. They have another Bowmaster. Oh, we need a top deck. Oh, it's kind of awkward that our rings are pretty bad draws with them having double Bowmaster. Sheoldred is probably our best draw. They probably can't beat a draw on Sheoldred here. What if I'm ever going to cast my own Coco? I'm not sure. Could trade for a Bowmaster. If I block Bowmaster, like Ring is like a much better draw, but then I'm taking 6 down to 8. But like Ring is like realistically a draw here because Bowmaster doesn't kill my Voidwalker. Okay, Desperation Coco, I guess. Or maybe I could Bowmaster their Bowmaster. We could hit like 2 Bowmasters. We could have Voidwalker Bowmaster. Nothing. I don't know. It's also like the sweet content line. Okay, so we went 3-2 this league, 7-4. Let's do one more. I also think, like, to some...